Hi everybody, it's Andrew Ains with Golf Academy, and as always, thanks for tuning in and watching the video today. So the idea for this video came about when I was having a conversation with one of my customers who I was custom fitting last week, and he said to me, price of equipment now is so expensive compared to what it used to be. And it got me thinking. You know, I've been involved in the golf business for a long time, well over 30 odd years plus. And I thought, I wonder how it compares now, like for like, priced in 1984 I decided to go back to, which is really the year I sort of got into golf, working in the golf business. I thought, you know, accounting for inflation and all the other things which happen, I wonder how it compares like for like. So there's all sorts of converters that you can find on the internet where you type in the amount of money back in 1984 and it converts it to what it would cost now. Well, let's go back to 1984 first of all, and let's just, for those of you who are of a certain age will remember 1984 like I do. There'll be some of you watching this video might not be even born back then, so stick with me. I hope it's interesting. 1984, can you remember who won the 4 majors? Okay, so who do you think won the Masters in 1984? Any ideas? Ben Crenshaw. If you're thinking Ben Crenshaw, you were correct. US Open was won by Fuzzy Zoeller. The British Open was won by the great Severiano Ballesteros, and the US PGA was won by Lee Trevino. So that sets the scene, that sets the year we're talking about. So I went back to a golf club which I had a set of. It was a set of these. It's the Wilson 1200 GE irons. Really popular golf club back in the mid-80s. Cavity-backed, heel and toe weighted club. Predominantly sold with steel shafts. I'm sure you could get graphite. Not much custom fit around in those days. It was kind of like regular or stiff. That was about it, I think. So the 1200 GEs, back in 84, they were sold 3 to Sandwich. That's how we bought clubs back in the day, wasn't it? We didn't get what we wanted. We had to buy what the manufacturers wanted us to buy, and very often the 3-iron was never hit. Anyway, 3 to Sandwich cost. I'm going to show you some little clippings out of a magazine which I found to sort of back all these facts up. This was from a British publication called Golf Weekly, and it was costing £269 back in 1984. So using an inflation calculator to get what is £269 in today's money, in 2017 this is, because we don't have the calculator stops at 2017 because they work a year behind. £269 now is equivalent of £821. So we've got to remember that we generally buy irons now for 7-iron sets, don't we? We buy like 4 to pitching wedge or 5 to sand iron. 3 irons have kind of disappeared. So we need to break this down to cost per iron. So the cost per iron there is £91, okay, for the Wilson 1200 GEs in modern money. So let's take the modern equivalent of the GE E1200, and it's called the Wilson Staff C330 irons. Put a little picture up there. Typical cavity back sort of club. 4 to pitching wedge cost now in 2018 is £579. That's for 4 to pitching wedge in steel, which brings the cost to £82.71. So back in 84, equivalent cost in real money now was £91 if you convert it back, okay, and the cost of the set right now is £82. So going back to 84 and doing the comparison, the clubs are actually cheaper now than they were back in 84. That surprised me. Let's pick golf balls. Titleist 384 golf balls. These were a Balata ball. A dozen of those back in 84 would have cost you £15. Convert the £15 into modern day money, £45.84. Go on some well-known websites for a dozen of Titleist Pro V1 balls at the moment, $44.99. So the price of golf balls is pretty much the same as it was. The third and final item that I looked at, which is probably the most interesting one, is the cost of woods. So back in 84, we were just about getting into metal woods. TaylorMade were one of the first people to produce them. TaylorMade original wood looked a little bit like this. And back in this golf magazine, they were retailing at £55 each, which in today's equivalent cost is £168. Okay, now the TaylorMade M4 driver, which is today's equivalent, cost of that is £349. You can see that the metalwood prices has really increased, and I think that's down to the technology. The early metalwoods were stainless steel. Now we're using all sorts of fancy materials, titanium and boron and graphite and all this sort of stuff. So there's no doubt that driver prices have increased dramatically. But iron prices actually on this little straw pole slightly cheaper, and golf balls pretty much the same. So there we go. It wasn't an in-depth scientific test, that one, but just to let you know that really golf prices, bar metal woods, have really not increased that much in 34 years. Thanks for watching the video. Post your comments down below, post your reactions to what you see of that, and I'll be back soon. All the best, and bye for now.